Port Arthur Historic Site, one of Australia's favorite destinations, is located just 90 minutes from Hobart. It is a place of global significance. Established in 1830, it is one of the 11 places that together form the UNESCO Australian Convict Sites World Heritage Property. We started our visit with a boat cruise around Carnarvon Bay.
With its 4 tiers of windows, its presence of very imposing appearance. Perhaps
Our first stop was the penitentiary. The building was originally constructed as a flour mill and granary in 1845 in an effort towards a self-sustainable settlement.
For the convicts, they intended it to be a flour mill and a granary. These days, it's still a rather small space. It's important to know we only ever had one convict per cell, and they're pretty well only eating, sleeping, and spending Sundays inside here. So down here, down this side of the room, we've got a row of pan toilets. These aren't efficient toilets, they're simply an open pan that collects the human waste. Down the back here you have a urinal, which again just drains into an open container.
The convict church was laid in 1836 by Lieutenant Governor George Arthur on his final visit to Port Arthur. The building was constructed by the convicts using stonework that had been prepared by the boys from the juvenile establishment across at Port Pilar. What denomination was this church?
Well, it's English prison, of course, so they wanted it to be Anglican.
Anglican.
But it was never given a name, so it wasn't known as St. Rod's.
Yeah.
It was just known as the church. Because people from different cultures and faiths amongst the prison population. Convicts. I mean, my last name is Kelly, so I'm going to be Irish. And I'm most likely going to be Catholic.
St. David's Anglican Church dates to 1927, built to replace the non-denominational church extensively damaged by the fire in 1884. The foundation stone was laid by Mr. R.W.G. Shoebridge. The church still holds regular services as part of the Anglican parish. The Commandant's House was the residence of Port Arthur's most senior official. It was erected on high ground on the fringe of the settlement in 1833. Originally built as a simple wooden cottage, it had a commanding view over the rest of the settlement. It evolved over the years to become a many-room complex fringed by ornate gardens and pathways, and separated from the rest of the settlement by high masonry walls. The separate prison dates back to 1849 and was built to introduce a new method of punishment, which is isolation. Convicts were locked in their cells for 23 hours daily with 1 hour of solitary exercise in a yard surrounded by high walls.
And you've got a Bible and the Psalm book there for entertainment. That's pretty much entertainment. So in the morning you roll your hammock up, bring your work table across, your tools will be brought to you because I'm not going to leave them with you obviously overnight. And I'll pick them up at the end of the day and basically work the work you've done. Other 3 minutes is written out exercise like there are 4 yards per area and they're each divided by roof-high walls basically. So these are the walls are gone. So they bring 4 convicts out here, they be 5 yards apart, one in there, one in there, one in there, one in there.
The chapel at Port Arthur's separate prison was attended 4 or 5 times a week. It was divided into 50 separate stalls so that all the prisoners could see was the cleric on the raised pulpit at the front. Apart from the voice of the cleric, no sounds could be heard. Instructions were placed on a signal board in one corner. The Junior Medical Officer House dates back to 1848, built for Commissioned Officer Thomas James Lempriere and his large family. He only lived in the house for a few months before leaving Port Arthur. The house served as a hotel on 2 occasions. The interior showcases the furniture used. The Cataract Gorge is a river gorge in Lauceston, Tasmania, and one of the region's premier tourist attractions. We're taking the chairlift. The Gorge Scenic Chairlift, which spans about 457 meters or 1,462 feet from end to end, provides a magnificent view of the Cataract Gorge from above and the suspension bridge from a distance. Ooh, this is Cataract Gorge in Lauceston in Tasmania. It takes about 10 minutes to take the ride across the Cataract Gorge and First Basin. The scenic chairlift is believed to be the longest single span of any chairlift in the world. Since its opening in 1972, the chairlift has established a 100% safety record. Several trails can be enjoyed in the reserve, but I decided to do the Cataract Gorge Walk, a 3.1-mile loop trail considered a moderately challenging route. It takes an average of 1 hour and 43 minutes to complete. The view from above provides a great lookout of the gorge. Cataract Gorge is also a home to several populations of wallabies. I'm heading for the suspension bridge. The Alexandra Suspension Bridge, approximately 60 meters long bridge, is one of the three ways to cross the gorge, the others being the Chairlift and the King's Bridge. The bridge was originally opened in 1904, but it was destroyed in the 1929 floods and underwent two reconstructions in 1943 and in 2003.